Hi everyone, I already have my type guess ready for Lana Del Rey and I'm going to just try to prove it here. Let's start.
They're coming out today about me thinking that Trump didn't mean to incite the riots. I think it's cute that that's the little takeaway that Complex gets from that, and especially with our relationship over the last 10 years, obviously completely disregarded, and the other bigger magazines, that goes for you as well. I get it. I have something to say, and I don't just show up giggling and talking about my hair and my makeup. I was asked directly political questions for over 40 minutes by the BBC Radio 1, and I answered them, and I said, when someone is so deeply deficient in empathy, they may not know that they're the bad guy. And that may be a controversial opinion, but don't.
Okay, so this is a tribe and self contradiction, not contradiction, but conflict. Yeah, it's a conflict, and how she handles it. Is she going to double decide, or is she going to single decide here? So that's the thing I'm looking at here.
Don't make the controversy that I don't think that he meant to incite a riot. It's not the point, is what I was saying. The general point is the wider ranging issue of sociopathy and narcissism that's being reflected in our government right back to us. And what we've seen in the pandemic is the second epidemic. And I talked about this for 10 minutes. And I said to Annie Mac, this is the takeaway for me. We've seen violence within the household increase 300-fold throughout every county of America. 911 calls going up 300%. Because of issues of delusions of grandeur between one partner or another, and the violence that stems from that, and the chaos. So that's the important issue. That's
okay. So she is not necessarily double-siding here. She is not saying I said this and people think this. I know what I said was maybe, I don't know, tone deaf, and this part was, this is not what I meant, this is what I meant, I'm sorry, blah blah. She is running towards double observing. I said he doesn't have an empathy, he doesn't realize he is the bad guy, and goes back to like statistics, sensory, and intuition. That is the point also, like how where she pushes is, the point is this. So it's interesting. I think she's not necessarily double deciding here.
That's the takeaway, and that's what I said in my interview. So I really don't appreciate being painted as some like white Republican who has always been given everything, and supports the incite of a Capitol riot. I freaking grew up struggling, working my ass off. We had nothing, period, no matter what the story is. And I said,
okay, this is funny. Tribe now, because I said these things, Tribe now sees me as this white woman, right wing. I got everything I ever wanted. But she's like, oh, I'm not that identity. I worked, like, it became an identity issue now. Tribe sees me as that way, that tag, that title, but I am not that. Now she's defending herself.
In one of my very few interviews with Mojo magazine, like a couple nights ago, the real story, what I've told people, is a lot more beautiful than this myth. It's like that notorious side, that polarizing side. I don't get it. I personally don't get it.
I don't understand. I don't get it. Demon NT question mark.
I just think because sometimes of the way I look, it's easy to paint this picture, but man, did I struggle to become the genuine singer-songwriter that I am. And I want to say that people do not last a long time in my workplace. They don't.
Okay, so now what she's saying is, I worked really hard to get where I am right now, and Tribe just can't take it away from me by just calling me white, right-wing woman, Okay, so first thing is, yes, she takes breaks, probably not sleep last, not like working. Even when she's touring, she takes breaks, so that's good for her. And other thing is, this is not an observer story. This is not she is painting now a sensory picture, like we met there and then I met that guy here, and I thought that guy was good. So it's about the person, and the punchline is the person, and the story of like, oh, we met in the elevator 9 years ago is just some details to, like, you know, make some salad, I think. Yeah. Okay, so what is impressive about the person is the person's skills, right? What would you be impressed if you had TE as your extrovert function? Oh, this person is a high achiever. Oh, this person has this skill and that skill, and he just plays by the ear, and I'm already impressed. So it just seems like more of a TE, like seeing the people is like how much of a talent or skills or that they have, how competent they are, rather than FE, I think. Okay, so this is like consume, like take me along the story type of telling. She is like telling us how that went about, like it started this way and then it went this way and then with the song it went this way, rather than just giving the point like, oh yeah, I make half of the work, he makes half of the work, and yeah, more than consume reports, I would say.
Oh, it was 50-50.
A collaborative effort.
Okay, now
really
like
cool.
the 50-50 comes later, like the end.
I would think.
So like I think that's a good pattern detection. Most of my big hit songs start this way and then goes that way. So yeah, not necessarily I was gonna say not necessarily censor report, but she actually does censor report time to time, and I'm going to try to look at F versus T coin. I think that when she says because I love him, she's not giving the TI or the TE reasons. She's like, oh, funny, cool, cutie, whatever the hell. And let's go to this.
With Obama as the president, I mean, me and everybody I know, I think we just felt really safe and protected.
Feelings.
Felt like we were being viewed the way we wanted to be viewed, like in terms of the world, you know, how they saw America. So there wasn't as much to say except like, look how far we've come and it's getting better.
For sort of middle American fans for whom.
Okay, two things I want to say is, or three. First one is Lana Del Rey is someone that, or a woman that gets criticized the most from what I've seen. Like no other artist gets criticized as she gets, or she got in the past. And the second thing is when it comes to politics and being American, or I don't know, Midwest or conservative stuff in the United States, they have a real weird, from my point of view at least, really weird way of looking at things from my point of view. For example, she has American flag in her album cover, and everyone is like, why are you using American flag? Like, what's wrong with using your flag? You know, like, that's so ridiculous to me. And the third thing is, when looking at her presentation here, she's wearing Adidas and she's wearing like earrings, and look at her hair, the makeup. So I don't know, like she's such a, like someone who pays attention to SF and really cares about it. So yeah, maybe not SF last. Yeah. So now she's going to talk about her fans. Do you move for other people? Do you have even 1% DE? What do you have? Let's see.
Trump's inauguration and administration is not problematic.
Right.
How do you negotiate expressing your own honest feelings about these things, and do you think about whether or not it's going to piss them off, or is this something that has inspired ire from...
Okay, negotiation is basically double deciding. How do you go about sharing your feelings and thinking of what other people would feel and think? Let's see.
People who at one point were in your core?
I think, you know, you just don't negotiate.
You just don't negotiate. You just don't double decide. Double deciding is for the weak, right? Yeah.
When it comes to your work, you just For your art, you just stand totally firm and take the...
You stand totally firm. It's just, to me, it seems like masculine, the eye. You're standing on your ground. You don't negotiate. You don't move, you know.
consequences. In terms of losing fans, I don't care. Period.
If this is not the most FI thing ever, I don't know what is. So, yeah. I'm going to show you my guess right now. So, yeah, this is the elimination tool. I think she is FI and single decider. There's no movement, there's no negotiating, no double deciding. And processing people, self, not necessarily talking about how she writes the songs, how it goes. It's all about like her feelings. And yeah, she is consume above blast. That I'm sure of. The thing with these two types that I have is FINI and FINE, both blast last. I didn't really see channel changing with the NE. Like, that's why I'm gonna go with OI, and this will make her FINI. Sleep, consume, play, blast last. And as for modality, I think she is double feminine, not visual because even though tribe is demon, tribe is not dangerous from her point of view. She stands firm. She just faces the consequences of her actions, not necessarily seeing the tribe as the scary guy, in my opinion. Yeah, that's it for this video.
I never said you didn't have any self-respect.